You can stick with a hardwired strategy when it comes to investing. Choose the stocks you like one by one, or select Sector SPDR ETFs and add the diversification of an entire sector of the S&P 500, like technology, with liquidity, all-day tradability, and transparency. Ready to add diversification to your equity investments? Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Go to sectorspiders.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully. Visit us at sectorspiders.com.
Whenever we begin a journey, the excitement of getting started frequently overtakes us. We begin with unrealistic expectations and end disappointed. The investing experience of many people follows this unfortunate pattern. If you're in this situation, how do you react? I'm DeLegge with ETFguide. Instead of blaming and pouting about the situation that you're in, the mature person finds a way to improve their investment. After all, a live dog is better off than a dead lion, as the Ecclesiastes say. Now, before I do a portfolio report card for JW in Nashville, Tennessee on today's episode, here's some background about him. He's 48 years old, he's married, and he works in the healthcare field. Now, his 403B retirement plan is worth just over $204,000. It contains 18 different mutual funds, and he's saving around $12,500 annually. JW explained to me that one of his greatest fears is not having enough money to retire. Who of us doesn't identify with that? Now, his retirement plan has a brokerage window which gives him access to a wide variety of investments. Now, he's been choosing the mutual funds within his 403B plan with the help of a mutual fund newsletter service, and he told me that he's been disappointed with the results. What kind of portfolio report card does JW's retirement plan get? Let's evaluate his investments in 5 crucial areas, and at the end of today's episode, I'm going to assign him a final grade of A, B, C, D, or F. Let's start with diversification. Satisfactory portfolio diversification is never about how many holdings you have, but rather how well those holdings are distributed across a variety of different asset classes. It's good to see that JW's retirement plan has exposure to both domestic and international stocks. He also owns some bonds as well as real estate. He's also made an attempt to own small cap and value stocks, which tells me that he's trying to be diversified. That's good. But his portfolio nevertheless comes up short in a few key areas. He lacks exposure to major areas like emerging market stocks. He also misses commodities and cash. Also, none of the 18 mutual funds that he owns in the other areas are what I would consider broad or acceptable proxies for those particular asset classes. So I think he needs to improve on diversification. Let's look at risk. Now, deliberately overweighting your portfolio in a certain asset class or individual stock or maybe an ETF for strategic reasons is one thing. But when that overweighting happens inside a portfolio by accident or without purpose, it becomes problematic. Now, in JW's case, he has almost 98% of his money in stock funds, 1.5% in real estate securities, and just over 1% in bonds. My question, is this by design or by accident? Needless to say, JW has what I would consider a hyper-aggressive asset mix. Now, this is true for even a 48-year-old as himself that calls himself an aggressive investor. JW told me he needs to make as much money as possible. Well, that's true, but at the same time, you don't want to take as much risk as possible. And so what I'm trying to say is that the risk characteristics of your portfolio should always match the risk characteristics, the true risk characteristics of you, the person. Next, let's look at cost. Now, nobody can control the direction of interest rates or how the stock market will behave tomorrow, but what we can control is how much our investment portfolios cost us. Simply put, paying less results in more money over the long run in your own pocket. Now, JW's 3 largest holdings, ticker symbol ARTIX, OAKMX, and AAGPX, account for 51.5% of his portfolio and charge annual expenses between 0.93% up to 1.2%. The rest of his portfolio gives little attention to minimizing fund fees, and that's a problem. I estimate the total annual cost of his portfolio to be 1.1%, so I think he could do a better job at minimizing cost. Let's look at tax efficiency. Now, the money inside JW's 403B plan, like other retirement plans, such as 401ks and IRAs, grows tax deferred. He's got no outstanding loans or premature distributions, and I observed really no problems in the overall tax liabilities of his plan. Last up is performance. After deducting JW's annual contribution, his retirement plan grew from $173,000 in August of 2013 to just over $192,000 to August of 2014. That's a one-year return of 11.2% compared to almost a 16% gain for similar passive index ETFs matching his allocation. So JW's underperformance versus our yardstick is a problem. He has every right also to be disappointed at his 403B's one-year performance. So the final summary and my final report card for JW's 403B plan is a D. He joked with me that he was going to get a double F minus, and the good news is that he beat his own depressed expectations. The bad news is he got a D. But even with poorly designed investment plans, I always try to find at least one positive thing because I think it's something that a person can build upon. JW is definitely a good saver. He's got the desire to be a smarter investor, and his portfolio's strongest area, I would say, is diversification. Cutting excessive risk, minimizing investment costs, and tweaking his diversification, I would say, are good places to start. And if JW tackles these weaknesses within his retirement plan, I am confident that sustainable and satisfactory performance will follow. Take my Portfolio Report Card Challenge by going to portfolioreportcard.com. My simple grading system of A, B, C, D, or F will help you to understand the financial condition of your money. And one more thing, if your portfolio scores an A, I will pay you $100. Go to portfolioreportcard.com to get started. I'm DeLegge with ETFguide. Thanks for watching.